So today I am trying out the Bluetti AC180 portable power station that you see right here. Now this thing can run 1800 watts continuously at 120 volts, and it has a 1.152 kilowatt hour lithium iron phosphate battery. So 1800 watts, what does that actually mean? In the real world, you could easily plug in a couple refrigerators, lights, TV, internet router, charge cell phones, laptop, things like that if the power went out, and you should still have probably 4 to 5 hours of runtime on that, depending on how old your refrigerators are. Now, do I recommend running it that hard? No, you're better off just plugging one refrigerator into this thing, lights, TV, just some critical things if the power went out. But if you had a solar panel plugged into this thing, because you can put up to 500 watts of solar charging on this thing and run your loads at the same time, if you do that together, now you can run a little bit more loads right on it because you're supplementing that solar power, really running your appliances with that, and using the leftover solar power that's coming in to charge this battery. Now this unit is rated for 3,500 cycles. So what does that mean? That means you could drain this battery from 100% down to zero 3,500 times, and you should still have 80% of that battery capacity still left on this unit. So at 3,500 cycles, if you did run this thing down once per day, you'd have over 9 years before the battery starts to degrade on this thing, is what they're saying. So it has a 5-year warranty on it, so obviously it should run longer than that if you keep it in a nice, cooled, air-conditioned, and heated area. Now, it weighs only 35 pounds, so you can easily walk this thing around. In fact, I just walked it about 300 feet to bring it over here. Didn't even break a sweat. Now, a year ago, this thing was selling for $799. And as of right now, Bluetti has it priced at $499. Now, Bluetti did mention to me they are trying everything they can to bring the prices down on their units. So obviously they did that with this one. So bravo, Bluetti. Now I'll have a link in the description as well to where you can purchase this thing. And if there's any discount code, I'll have it there as well. So you can charge this unit 3 different ways. One is the standard 120 volt cable that comes with it. You can plug it into your standard wall outlet. And you can charge this thing from 0 to 100% in about 1.5 hours using that wall outlet. Another way you can charge this thing is through your solar panel. So you can plug in up to 500 watts of solar. It needs to be between 12 and 60 volts. And if you max this thing out with the 500 watts of solar panels and you have a full sun day, you're looking at around 2.8 to 3.3 hours to charge this thing from 0 to 100%. And the last way to charge this thing is through just your standard 12 volt cigarette lighter port that you have in your car. Now, using that standard 12 volt outlet, it's going to take a lot longer. In fact, it could take as long as 10 hours to charge that. So not ideal. You'd really rather stick with wall charging it or using that 500 watts of solar. But while we're on this topic of charging it using a 12 volt outlet from your car, Bluetti did just release a new product that I'm going to be reviewing soon. It's like a supercharger basically for DC. You wire it directly into your car's battery. So you're literally pulling cable all the way to your car's battery. So it's literally connecting to your alternator at the source, in other words. So you connect those batteries, the positive and the negative battery cable, right to your battery. And then you run that back to the charger and you plug the charger in directly into the solar panel outlets on the unit, and you can get a higher wattage. I mean, talking up to 500 watts, just like you're charging it through solar. So if you're camping, you can literally just have it sitting back there charging automatically. I'll put a link to that charger in the video, but I will be releasing a video on that soon. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, click that notification bell so you can get updated when I do release that video. Now this unit can be used as a UPS. Now in layman's terms, we call that an uninterrupted power supply. What that means is you can plug this thing into a wall outlet to be charged and maintain its charge, and you can plug whatever you want in here, for instance, a CPAP machine. And if the power went out, this thing would switch over to the battery in less than 20 milliseconds, meaning that appliance that you had plugged into it wouldn't even shut off. So if you have any type of equipment that you can't let go down, this unit can handle that. Now this unit has 4 standard 120 volt outlets. It has 4 of these USB-A ports, and it has 1 USB-C port as well. And it has the wireless cell phone charging on top as well. So now that you know the basics on this thing, let's start testing it out. Let me show you now how to charge this thing using the cable they include, which is the standard one you just plug into a 120 volt outlet. Very simple. As you can see, I'm at 1% right now, or yeah, less than 1% probably at this point in the battery. All you do is plug one end into your 120 volt outlet. And on the back side here, you see the AC input right there. You just flip this little cover up and you plug in the other side of that cable into here, just like that. And you can hear the charge controller click on. There we go. We're charging at 261 watts right now. And that's going to slowly ramp up here. All right, so I am in standard charging mode right now. And with that standard mode, you can change it on the app. It's very easy to change. It only takes like 30 seconds to get the app communicating to it via Bluetooth. And there is standard charge mode, which charges right around 1,000 watts, which is what I'm doing right now. And there's turbo mode, which will get you to about 1,200 watts. And then there is quiet mode, which will drop you down to around 200 watts. And it's quiet because it's charging at such a slow pace that the fans don't even have to turn on this thing, so it makes no noise. At this rate, it should charge up in just a little over an hour. If I would flip it up to turbo mode, it'd probably be about a little less than an hour. Now I'm going to show how easy it is to charge the AC180 here with this 350 watt, 37 volt foldable Bluetti solar panel. I'll have a link to this solar panel as well in the description of this video. But before I do that, let's just go over what's quickly in the box on the cable side of things. You're going to get, obviously, the wall charger here you can plug into the wall. You get the solar panel connector here, plug directly into the AC180 and into the other end of your solar panel. MC4 connectors there. And then you're going to get this cigarette lighter 12 volt DC cable here you can plug in. So the AC180 allows up to from 12 to 60 volts on the DC input there, or the PV input. And this panel is 37 volts, so it's perfect. So very simple on what you do here. You're going to take this end of your solar panel wire that comes in the box, and you're going to plug that in to this port here. And then you're going to take your MC4 connectors and just connect them right to the wires that are permanently attached here to the solar panel. All right, so I just plugged those in, and let's see what we're getting here. It's a really cloudy day, so I'm not expecting much at all. And right now it's pulling in about 61 watts. And it also gives you a little kind of timer right here, as you can see, where it says at this rate, I'm at 37% on the battery right now. At this rate, it's going to take 16 hours to charge. So hopefully the sun will come out here shortly. It'll speed this thing up. But that's it. That's how easy it is. And if you accidentally plugged in a solar panel or multiple solar panels in series that boosted the volts above 60 volts, this thing's automatically going to trip and shut off. So it's not going to catch on fire. So it does have that safety feature embedded in it. So that's how simple it is to charge this thing. So I'm going to run a test now to see if it can run my 5,000 BTU window air conditioner that I have in a little home office here. And I'm also going to run a test to see how many kilowatt hours on this kilowatt hour meter here that this battery actually runs from 100% to 0. So we can see how close it is or how efficient this thing is compared to its max battery storage. So let's go ahead and turn on that AC now. All right, it is now started up. And as you can see, we're pulling right around 323 watts with this window air conditioning unit. So the compressor definitely has kicked on. And I'm just going to let this thing run now and see how long this battery lasts. And right now the time is 2:50 p.m. And as you can see, if I scroll through, we're at 60, right at 60 hertz, which is ideal. 121 volts is what we're seeing. 2.81 amps. And the watts are 336, it says here, 337. So yeah, it's about dead even with the meter. But what I really want to see here is how many kilowatt hours we are using, which is this setting right here. So we'll run this to 0 and see what we get. But right now, it is running the air conditioner perfectly. You can definitely feel cold air coming out of here, so can run this air conditioner with no problem. So I ended up having to leave and help my wife with something, so ended up dying before I could see exactly how long it ran. But what I had to do was, it was so dead I couldn't even get a reading on my meter here because obviously the AC outlets were dead. So I charged it up just quickly to 37%. So I can at least get this to turn back on and tell me how many kilowatt hours went through this on one full battery charge. And what we're seeing is 0.99 kilowatt hours. So if I take that 0.99 kilowatt hours, actually this battery had in it from zero, or from 100%, ran down to zero using my 5000 BTU air conditioning. That is an 86% efficiency, which is pretty dang stellar. So the battery does get you right dang near 1 kilowatt hours of usable battery storage. So that is pretty good. Now, as you can see, this unit packs quite a punch at just $499. I mean, at that price, there's cheap Chinese knockoffs with about the same specs that are selling for that price. So if your excuse was, I don't want to buy Bluetti because they're too expensive, well, this unit definitely is not. And hopefully they start following through on pricing all their other equipment like that as well. So in my opinion, this is an awesome unit to just get started with having some sort of solar backup for your home, or if you just want to take it camping and have some sort of power out there for an induction cooktop, charge your cell phones, things like that. And as a reminder, I will have a link in the description of this video if you want to purchase it. And if I can get a discount code from Bluetti, I will put it there as well. That's it for now, everyone. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. It really helps out. Thanks for watching.